Hello everyone, my name is Bangitoyo Faris, and today we are going to dive into the topic that is literally powering our world right now. First of all, let's take a look at your phones, or your laptop, or the electric cars on our streets, or let's give it easy, an electric bike. You, um, I'm sure that you have seen it already, yeah, at least once in your lifetime. And all of them, they all have one thing in common: a lithium. So yeah, this is the thing that all of them have, a lithium, or usually we call it as a battery. Yeah. And in the strategic world of 2026, lithium is often called white gold because it is the most strategically significant mineral of our century. It is the heart of the global shift toward a not zero economy, but as we will explore today, or at least I'll explain it, there's a catch. We call it the lithium paradox. Why do we have to dig massive holes in the earth to save the planet? Yeah, let's trace the journey of this white gold and then we'll find out. Okay, so first let's talk about where the battery comes from. The journey of lithium ion battery, like the one that I hold right now, this is the lithium ion battery. It usually starts in like one of two places where the high altitude salt flats on the Andes Mountain in South America, where the place is literally called Lithium Triangle, or the hard rock mines of Australia. So yeah, in places like Chile or Argentina, lithium is pumped from the underground salt brines into the giant evaporation ponds, while in Australia, it's mined from a rock called spodumene. Once the raw lithium is out of the ground, it travels to industrial refineries. Currently, China is the leader here because they process about 60% of the world's lithium. But however, countries like Indonesia are now becoming a major player, using their so-called hilirisasi or downstreaming policy to build their own refining hubs. And then, after refining, the lithium goes to a gigafactory. In 2026, there are over 300 of these massive plants worldwide, run by companies like Tesla or LG. Here, lithium is combined with other minerals like nickels to create battery cells, like the one I have. This one is the lithium polymer, but I already opened it. So take a look at the inside. And after we make these cells, then those cells are packed into smartphone or any modern tech that you have right now. Let's just say it, your clock, your especially your wall clock, yeah, or jam dinding. You guys have already known that it is powered by electricity or at least battery, yeah. And then on every electrical appliance or electrical device, like example my phone or my watch right here, it is powered by this battery or this one. Yeah. And by mid 2026, 35% of all new cars sold globally are electric. And that's a lot of lithium. And of course, a lot of cars, like, yeah. You have ever heard about like BYD or Yangwang, or like the most common one, Teslas? They all use battery because they're electric cars. And now we reach the heart of our study, the paradox. A paradox is a situation that seems contradict itself. What's the main point of we using EVs or electric vehicles? The main point is to we want EVs to stop like climate change and reduce carbon emissions, right? But here's the catch. Here's the catch. The extractions of these so-called green minerals, or let's say this to make this, it's actually damaging the environment. Yeah, so the extractions of the lithium can actually cause local environmental damage. So, yeah, I'm recording it. So yeah, let's look at the water crisis in the solar brines. I guess I'll pause for a second, yeah, because there is adhan. Okay, I'm back, yeah. So yeah, let's take a look at the water crisis in solar brines. So to produce just 1 ton of a lithium in South America, roughly like 2,000 cubic meters of water evaporates into the air. And this happens in very dry, arid regions. The depletion of the water levels or aquifers that indigenous communities and local wildlife depends on to survive. There's also the carbon problem. If we get lithium from hard rock mining in Australia, it requires immense heat and fossil fuels to process, resulting in a carbon footprint 5 times higher than the brine extractions. So, you guys must be got it, right? What's the point, you know? Like, there is no point of using EVs if the productions for the battery itself is already giving the same carbon footprint as a fossil fuel, yeah, like the normal cars, you know. So yeah, that's the paradox. So here's the questions for us. Is it truly green if we are dyeing up the water for local communities to save the global atmosphere? And this is one of the ethical challenges we must solve, you know. And as an international class program students, we don't just identify problems, we look for solutions. So if we want to protect nature from the white gold rush, we must move towards a circular economy. This means instead of always digging new holes, we use urban mining. Did you know that advanced technology can now recover 95% mineral from spent batteries like these ones? Yeah, but as 2026, only about 7% of the global lithium share comes from recycling. So we can change this actually. So my creative e-waste recycling campaign for our school and homes is the first one is we will the most easiest ones, let's say the most easiest one is that we will set up design fire safe bins at school. Oh, don't say it's schools, let's say it's the place where the place where we actually throw batteries. Let's say it's like the, you know, like the service place for what is it, to fix your phones or something, like counter. Now let's put this thing, the bins, the safe fire bins, on that place. So every time there is a unused battery from a fixed phone or something, they can just throw it there. Yeah, this is specifically for like old phone batteries, or like just say small electronics. You're like, maybe if you have projects using a lithium ion batteries like this, you can, and it's already like broken or something, you can just throw it there. And then there will be a specialized specialized what is it, force that will what is it called, collect the thing. And then that force, or not force, let's say people, that people will give it to the factory or the place where they able to recycle them. And then I have the second solutions that maybe a bit more easier, which is the we will teach our families that batteries should never go in the regular trash. Why? Because if they ended up in a landfill, they can leak toxic chemicals into our soils and water. So where should we throw this instead? It leads to my first solutions, which is we also prepare it for a home, not only for the counter or place where we can repair our phones. So after some, let's say after maybe every 3 months, there will be some people that collects that thing and then bring it to the recycler, to the place where they recycle the batteries. And there is the third solutions, the battery passport. I don't know if you ever heard it, but in the EU now they use so-called digital battery passport to check where minerals came from. So if you have, like example, this battery, they will put something like digital serial number. These ones apparently have it, but it's not from EU though. It's because from the store I bought here, it has some like digital code or something. So if they can track where these things come from, so like if we can make our own battery logs or battery passport, especially if we apply it in Indonesia, we can see how many batteries we've saved from trash and where it is come from. And that's it. So it makes it more easier to like recycling, and also we can pretty much like fix the problem where most of the battery producers are not are not in charge of their own battery, because some of the battery producers actually just produce battery and then they don't care about where that battery goes. But with this digital battery passport, if we found a random battery that are already broken in random street, we can track it and know where the company this battery is manufactured. And with that, we can actually report that company and yeah, hopes they will fix it and something like that. So yeah, to conclude, the transitions to clean energy is actually necessary, but it must be ethical. As the leaders of tomorrow, at least for the future, we must ensure that the white gold of the future doesn't come at the cost of our environmental or our communities today. So yeah, let's lead the way in recycling. We should demand transparency and become true ethical global citizens. And I guess that's it. Thank you for watching. And yeah, let's keep this planet green, guys. Inside and out, of course, because we don't have any other planet to live in. Maybe a few hundred years from now we have Mars, but not yet. So yeah, that's it. I'm Bagito Yofaris, and see you in the future. Stay critical and stay rational, and see you in the future. Goodbye.